Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I've been trying to hold the energies at kind of like hitting the peaks. Trying not to focus on everything all day long. I've been trying to make sure that I absorb my own energy and my own thoughts and my own intuition. So I'm coming to you. Let's hold the light for Kamala this morning. Let's hold the light for Biden, for their families, for Tim Walz and his tater tots. I need some hot dish in my life, okay. So I have been among the many who have been waking up every morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning since this election. My dreams have been hard and heavy. Some don't make any darn sense. Signs have been coming to me. I get signs from people. So the one I got this morning, I had gone to a friend's bar and grabbed some coasters because there's a place in Stowe, Vermont. You guys might know about the movie Sound of Music. The Von Trapp family relocated. They escaped Nazi Germany's hold on them, and they were able to escape. And they ended up coming to Stowe, Vermont, and they started an inn, and it's just a sweet little place in Vermont that is just a little sanctuary. And so I grabbed a couple coasters, and they had been this side up, and I know if it's reversed, I'll read it. It just says the Von Trapp Seasons of Adventure Vacation Getaway, right? So I was cleaning my bedside table. I was clearing everything out this morning because I've lit my Lotus candle, and I've got my DC layout with all the protective crystals in it. And I got this really sweet Harris Walls mug for Christmas next to my Joe Biden and my 2024 C-SPAN election mug. So some people collect shot glasses, I don't. But I moved everything around and I washed stuff, and it had been on this side for a long time. So I cleaned everything up, and I grabbed my battle ready Star Wars mug for the right of good, right? The fight for the right of. Look at that woman. She's so. Did you just see that thing go by? I guess I saw an orb. So I put it down, and when I picked it up, I'm like, I feel like there's something afoot today that's so serious, and it's going off. And look what it says on Trapp. Is it a trap? I think it's a trap, right? So sometimes we get these messages and we poo-poo them off as not being anything. I feel this energy so strong. And I watched House of Norman and Jen Lynn last night, and Becca said exactly what I was feeling. It's like, I'm going to ride this train till the friggin' wheels fall off. But I'll go a step further until it careens over a ravine and catches on fire. I'm holding true to this joy and this timeline and this positivity for our entire world. I have had headaches for weeks, just low tension. I can't knock this feeling of joy and hope coming, but it's so exciting. And I keep feeling like we're going to be partying with some Ewoks while we look in the sky at the fireworks and watch the Death Star burning. Like, I feel this, guys. So, I never saw T on the dais taking the oath. He's not going to be on the dais, right? I guess it never occurred to me to question if he's going to be inside the rotunda. Of course, there was action around the rotunda, but we all assumed it was Jimmy Carter, and that was the end of that energy with the rotunda, right? Because that was big, and that was good, and that was all-encompassing, and it just felt, it had a bigger energy for sure. But I didn't check for a smaller energy in that space. We're going to keep sending. Oh, so some readers had set up turn your light on for Kamala, and it was like 7 o'clock, wherever you are across the country or the world, leave your outdoor light on, leave a light in the window. I'm going to turn my camera a little because I'm going to show you what I have. It's a pumpkin. Do you see it? Do you see it right here? And it's got all the little holes. And it's got this beautiful light that comes out of it. And I always felt like, because I have a cleaning business, it was kind of like Cinderella's pumpkin. Well, what happened to that pumpkin? When did that pumpkin show up? It showed up at midnight, the stroke of midnight, the very last minute. Her coach turned into a pumpkin. So maybe this is our sign for the very last moment. And I also wanted to talk to you guys about, there was a clip of Reverend Al Sharpton at his National Action Network. Is that what it's called? NAN, N-A-N. He had a surprise guest, and he seemed very, very sad. He felt like I'm going to cry. We've come so far, right, as a country, as people, as humanity. And it was kind of a conversation of don't give up. We've got to keep trying. We've got to keep fighting. We've seen awful days before, right? And they have. I mean, let's face it, the African American community has seen terrible tragedies. And he had a surprise guest, and it was Kamala Harris. And they started to sing We Shall Overcome. And he just looked like he wanted to cry. She was smiling. She was like, hi, everybody. Like, and then she sang it, and she laughed, and she was like, oh, just very, very happy. I was crying because I can, of course, pick up those emotions pretty easy, being empathic, and it gets to my heart because I know it's so genuine. It's big, and it's real, and it's his life passion. So, I have been getting visits from the energies of certain people as of the last few days. Elijah Cummings and John Lewis. And they're holding hands. Well, they're kind of linking arms. And, of course, John Lewis's rally cry has always been good trouble, right? But it's almost like they're proud of how far we've gotten, but the message wasn't one of keep going, because, again, someday it might happen type. It just felt like we're here, we're in this spot, and we're guiding, and we're pulling, and we're pushing, and we're leading by example, and their faith, and their determination. And then Mecca and Merle Evers showed up. And it's ironic that this is happening on Martin Luther King Civil Rights Day. And I feel like we can't just, nobody's turning their back and just saying, oh, well. I really don't feel like anybody's just, we lost, whatever. We're just going to go. And people can pick up the sword and fight later. There won't be a later, I don't think. So, and then I've been getting the ladies coming through. So, I didn't know that much about Shirley Chisholm. I knew the basics about Shirley Chisholm. So she shows up. And while she's there, I also got Sheila Jackson Lee. Like, they were talking about hair. They're talking about their hair. And I was like, okay, their hair. They're proud of it. They're proud of who they are. And it was just a very strange sort of bit of energy that I got from them. So, and then, of course, I pull from the energies of Ruth Bader Ginsburg to see what she's thinking. And, of course, her mindset is, she's seen so much, pushed so hard, so far. She knows what it's like. She knows what it's like to try to be in a man's world. And to see everything that she pushed forward, yanked back. But we've gotten there before. And that was her message. We made it there before, and we will be there again. You can't make people go backwards. You just can't make people go backwards. You can't unascend. You know what I mean? Like, once people have gotten awareness, then they've gotten it. And those of you who followed my videos know about my dream that I had the night of the election. The bright lights, that bright light that came over me, and the little ones that I saw over people's beds, like, they were like these little orbs glowing over their heads, and they'd like pulsate. And it was like mine pulsating, and then it just lit. It just lit up, and I thought, I opened my eyes thinking, oh, did I leave my light on? And I reached over and opened my eyes to turn my lamp off. It was off. The room was pitch black dark. I closed my eyes, and it's right back on me again. Gotta wake up. People are waking up. People are going to see the hell that's coming and understand we can't keep believing in false idols, right? We just can't. We've got to stop this society of idiocracy. We can't survive this. So I oftentimes read my Lenormand cards. Ever since I got the deck, I noticed there were two sets of man cards, two sets of woman cards, same numbers, but they had completely different vibes to them. The man and the woman card that I use, that I read the energy from, are just basic looking people. Like, this is the man, excuse me, this is the man, very basic, just wearing a common jacket, common hairstyle or whatever, right? I always associated this with, the man in my reading, right? So I decided I was going to make this Biden specifically. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to use the woman, this lady, as Kamala. I mean, she's kind of modestly dressed and nicely dressed. I mean, she looks very nice and everything like that, but she's not showy, really. She's pretty, but more modest. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to look at that other set. I'm going to pull that other set out of my box. I did not use them from the beginning because I did not like their energy. And when I looked at them, I'm like, this is why I don't like their energy. This man has a crown over his head. She has a crown over her head. The other cards don't have crowns. They're just like common human, citizens. Look how angry he looks. All that hair, and he's so angry. And look at her smugness. And she's so showy that the banner covers up was probably cleavage, right? Like, because she's just so showy. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm all about that too. But this kind of embodies that kind of Trump and Melania feel, right? They're above everybody else. They want to be the king and the queen. She's all about the looks, and he's all about, I'm going to be angry. So that's why this energy did not sit with me for all these years, as far as just being in the deck as the man and the woman, the common people in my reads. So I started doing reads with my people, my Biden, Kamala, and my Melania and Trump. And I do not know how many times in the last couple of days I'm like, show me what's going on with this Trapp. So I kept getting a fox, Melania, the bear, meaning like there's some sneaky crap with Melania in Russia. Like, not like we didn't already know it, but I had never used this card before, so it was just interesting how these things kept coming up. And the scythe, there's a cutting out. There's a cutting down and a cutting out in her energy. So I'm going to try to pull some cards and see if we get anything today. And I didn't necessarily read on Melania, but she just kept coming up. So I'm just going to pull some cards and say, what do we need to know? What should we know about today's energy, January 20th, 25 in DC? I'm not kidding, you guys. Seriously, you watched me shuffle. Here she is. It's about her. And here's Trump, right? That's the White House. Something good is coming. It's branching out. I don't know who these branches are. I sometimes think branches of the military. And an end. Nail in the coffin, the final thing. And then there's those clouds. Something in and out, right? Oh my God, of course we got that. That's crazy. And this is my card for the inauguration because it's in a public place. And and since it's changed to the rotunda, this makes even more sense. It kind of symbolically looks like it with the rounded roof. All right, I just need a minute because I'm like head spinning. Okay, so we have the rotunda. We have the heads of governments. We have a lot of chatter, a lot of communication. Our friend, this is Mark Ruda, maybe somebody who is a friend to us has the answers. And this has come up, not just the opening to answers and opening of secrets, but the lockdown. This has been for me a lockdown. Wow. This is a lot. Okay. So I don't want to give false hope, but my God, the energy's high. I mean, everybody can sort of feel that energy. It's pretty palpable. And nobody knows how this works out. Is it something that happens just today? Is there something that, I mean, if Trump is inaugurated and he pushes it through real fast and he gets through, how do you retract that? How do you pull back from that? How do you undo that? Like, you'd have to have the military, right? Intelligence. Like, if he's putting people into these intelligence agencies, but then again, Biden did write executive orders on chain of command to some of these organizations. So I wonder if that'll have, like, the people who are there will stay there until this is rectified. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't know. So this card just popped out, the book. And this is, you know, the Constitution, right? Our laws. All right, let me see. Can we read on Harris, please? Let's read on Harris for today. Let's read on her. Girl. Yes, ma'am. Let me see. What have you got for us in Harris's energy today? Let me see. Those mice in and out. Let me just pull them and then I'll show you. Okay, there's a crossroads for her. Right? And there's that friend. Some friend. Some ally. Documentation on that damn fox that keeps showing up in everything in my dreams. I keep trying to get back to that dream. In case you don't remember, the first dream was me looking under a table, like a big meeting table. There were a bunch of men's legs with like military pants because they had that shiny stripe down, and the patent leather shoes. Some were just regular suits with nice shoes, like, but they were all a bunch of men, and it was like, or mostly men, and I was looking under the table, and there was this fox just walking. Just kind of the tail would kind of brush up against the leg here and there, whatever, and they weren't really moving. And they were all intense. Whatever was going on above the table, I knew nothing about. Couldn't see faces, but it was intense. And I had another dream where I saw kind of the same thing. Fox was moving, but at the far end of the table, like at the far end, I saw legs get up and they go to a door, and you just see the door kind of quietly shut. And that fox is still there. So this freaking fox, right? There's that coffin again. There's something coming in and out. Something from afar is going to come in. About some information. All right. Let me pull 5 more and just see if she comes in here. Okay, so there's an abuse of what I always thought were like the votes, because they're everywhere, about government. And Melania, there's stuff coming in from afar, and there's going to be a punishment. And that makes sense, because this is the energy over it is just beating it out of you, right? It's like, what is she doing? What's going on with Melania? She's all in these readings now. I give the woman a card, and she took over my deck. Swear to God. So we got a lot of snow. Beautiful. I've got all my There are signs up behind me. You can kind of see one. I'm gonna read on Tim Walls. I'm just wondering what's up with him, because nobody's really talking about him, right? He's kind of like, he's off being a governor. I don't have a card for him. Maybe I shouldn't read on him. Maybe I should read on Biden. I'll read on Biden. How's Biden today? I heard Biden and Joe are supposed to ride in the vehicle with the Trumps to the inauguration. But then I heard that nobody was coming to his inauguration, like the presidents weren't coming. So I don't know. I have no idea if that's true. I find that odd. I wouldn't want to be in the same car with him. I hear he smells. Okay, let's see. Mr. Biden, Mr. Biden. Okay. So this has been my Biden card when I assign the man to someone else. So let's keep that. He's friendly, he's loyal, he's dogged, right? I mean, he digs in, which makes perfect sense because the card for the reading is this anchor. Dug in. Scorpio. Underneath, there's this bet. And he's feeling lucky about it because it's a government. Talking about this Gordian knot. These lies and this deceit. Got Mr. Trump and Mrs. Trump. And it's going to be revealed. There's going to be light shown on this. There's light on this, right? He knows it's here. Look at how sly that sun is looking at them and they're looking away. And he's looking at them and they're off here looking at all this other stuff, right? That looking got that dog. Let's see how Trump is feeling today. I heard they got rid of the military flyover. I don't know who did that, but I thought that was kind of... Can you say it's for security? I don't know. Okay. Show me what you got, sir. Ugh. I don't want to say that. Tell me how Trump is feeling. He knows Biden has some news coming in. It's going to be public. This is covers the read. It's going to be public. He knows what's happening today is public. Yeah, I hear he canceled the jumbotrons. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But why the heck would you do that? These are my election cards, right? And the people all around the world, the intelligence on the internet communities and places that we have around the world, things coming in and out. This is playing out in a public place. This could be the rotunda. Something's getting cut out because of judgment. I think that he's afraid. I think he knows that something's coming. I think he knows. I think, I'm all shivers. I know he knows. I mean, if we know, if we've been picking up these little bits and pieces, you don't think he has? Of course he has. That's why they wanted to rush this through. I mean, even if we find out later that, he decided that on his way in, he was going to have somebody do a Zoom inauguration while he was on the plane, calling, Justice Roberts and say, we're going to do it over Zoom. Cover all bases. And then we'll go through the formalities later. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how he rolls. He's sneaky. He's conniving. He knows. See, when you are a thief, you think like a thief. You think everyone's a thief. So you thief on them before they can thief back from you. Very thiefy. Okay. Which is the whole energy of the day. The energy of the whole day. God. Okay, the energy of the day. The inauguration at the Rotunda. You've got Biden. The bottom of the deck is the White House. And here she is again. And there's going to be judgment, and it's going to be public. There's going to be news coming in from some friend. Now, because we have Biden here, this is another person. This is someone else coming in with the news. Someone's coming with the news. Okay, I got to stop this because everything's leading into the same direction. And I just don't want it to feel like I'm just like, it's what I want to have happen. Just honestly, I'm not feeling anything else, right? I'm not getting that Biden's getting cut out of the White House. I'm not getting that Harris is like sad, despondent, and leaving. I really hope that I am. I know I am. I know I've got this. Whether we find out what's going on today or not, I don't know. It's going to be a rather interesting day. I'm not watching it. I'm not putting my energy there because that's not where I am. You can't lean into negative, heavy awfulness and remain in your high space. So we all have to remain very positive. All right. So that's about what I have today. I want everyone to take a moment to like hold in this space and this good and this joy because it lives within all of us and we need to nurture it. We need to remain strong because, you know, like in Star Wars, do you remember when Princess Leia got taken by Jabba the Hutt and she was forced to be that stupid female slave with the metal bikini? We don't want to go back to that. But guess what? She was forced to do it because she fought her way out. That girl fought her way out, right? She's always my favorite princess in the whole world. My favorite princess. So, we're going to be okay. We're going to hold our energy up. We're going to send our light and our love and our joy to people who want to uphold our democracy anywhere in the world. Anywhere in our country, anywhere in DC, and we are going to put our energy there, that they, like us, are not going to just want to sit back and watch themselves be rolled over by a dictatorship. That's not what they're going to do. That's not how you lead. And leading is difficult. Leading is tough. You have to make awful, hard decisions. Let's just support them. Let's support them. Let's keep our mouths shut and keep our heads low. Be safe. We don't want to sound like Blue Anon or anything. But there's a lot of factual information out there from NATO, from our intelligence agencies, about our elections having been hacked, about manipulation within our social media. TikTok yesterday, I think, was a damn trap. I think it was a trap. They left it out there like, we don't know what to do with it. And Trump's like, we'll fix it, right? It's just like bait. They just took it up. And it came back online. And my daughter-in-law said that there was a notification that said, basically it was a thanks to Donald Trump, he saved TikTok. Something like that energy. And then she said she got a bunch of people celebrating and dancing because Trump's coming into office. And it was like, where'd that come from? Same thing they do everywhere else. They flood the zone with crap we never clicked on, stuff we're never interested in, with bots who are not even real. And they shove it down our throat that this is what we wanted, and this is what we stand for, and it is not. It is not. All right, I'm going to leave it here. Everybody just breathe through the day. Don't watch. Focus on good things. Throw some records on, you know. Clean your room. Clean a couple cabinets out. Go outside and shovel some snow. Come here and shovel some snow. No, I'm kidding. Go water your plants. Water yourself. Take a nice salt bath, like with some Epsom salts, some sea salt. Clear your aura. Clear the gunk, because there's going to be a lot of it. Remember in the other video I showed you I had that wave of ups and downs, and I said try to bop through the tops of the energy waves. You can see that there's a down. Don't get down in it and stay in it. You can dip your toe, find out what's happening, bop to the next thing, okay? Because we need to keep our energies up. All right, I love you guys. I'm going to see you on the flip side. It's going to be good. I promise. It's going to be okay. All right. I love you all. Bye.